Hi, welcome to Tantra's Oracle. Thank you for joining me today. So today we're going to be doing a reading on the missing children, Jack and Lily Sullivan. So Jack is 4 and Lily is 6. They're missing out of Canada. So I'm just going to do a reading on them to see what I can get out of that. So Jack and Lily Sullivan. Okay. Okay. Jealousy, envy, and hatred. The truth will be revealed. Authority figure. Somebody having regret, somebody you have love for, somebody you have history with, and somebody who like a hustler. Okay, put that back. So we have somebody crossing over. Hopefully that's not the case. We have a hidden enemy and somebody whose focus is themselves. So you have somebody focus on themselves as a hidden enemy, and then there's somebody crossing over. Okay, surrounded by somebody. Somebody crossing over is surrounded by a hidden enemy and somebody who's thinking of themselves. Okay. So somebody crossed over is connected to a father. Then we have somebody knowing the truth or somebody telling the truth. So this is the honesty here. So, but that's connected to somebody who's only thinking of themselves. This father is connected to somebody that's crossed over. And then we have the hidden enemy having some type of sickness, illness, or disease connected. But here you have the father surrounded by somebody with an illness, sickness, or disease, but also somebody is being honest and truthful here. So somebody is thinking only of themselves, but then somebody is also being honest and truthful. Somebody crossed over, connected to the father, and a hidden enemy having a sickness, illness, or disease. So let's see. Got a mother and a father here, right? So here's the chaos right here. The mother, a pregnant woman, somebody is not getting what they want. So because somebody is not getting what they want, there's some chaos surrounding it. And then here with the hidden enemy, somebody having a sickness, illness, disease, I have that with the mother and with the father. Somebody is not getting what they want and it's connected to somebody crossing over. We have a selfish person here, but it's like the honesty is with this selfish person. So even though they may be thinking about themselves, it's like they have some honesty there, but it's chaotic. So there's some chaos in this situation, of course, but we have the mother and the father here in this already. So with this one, this means somebody it's just like you in a situation where you dealing with a situation or a person, and it's so much on you to where you just don't care anymore, you giving up. Okay. So we have that. So let's look at that. That's the husband, the boyfriend. Drugs or illegal activity. So here, this male, okay, there's some drugs or illegal activity with that person, but it's like somebody is had enough or fed up with something, okay? Now this is lies and deception. So somebody's lying and being deceptive. Secret, lying, being deceptive, keeping secrets. Okay, and this is somebody that's admired, so you looked up to, okay? So somebody may be looking up to this person or having high feelings about somebody, but this person has some secrets in there being deceptive, okay? So put that to the side, keep these together so I know what came out with what. Oh. Volcano or harmful emotions erupting. We got this doesn't necessarily mean somebody has been molested. It just means that somebody is bothering you in a way that you don't like, but it also means that as well. Somebody trying to decide what they're going to do in the situation, somebody being isolated, and three, a group coming together to complete something. I'll put that back in. So so here we have a weapon being used or being involved. And this means that, how do you say this? That you could have some type of history with somebody, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're still with or involved or surrounded by that person, but you have some type of history and prior involvement or something with someone, okay, or something. And then here's the vibration. So this is what you are generating, what you are creating, something that is being created. So whatever the history is here is something that it was self-created, not by these kids. And a lot of times with children, you're going to get a lot of things out on their parents because their life is surrounded by their parents. So a lot of things may be about their parent and not necessarily about the child. Okay, so now you have this weapon. So this is about an older person, so older than them, older than the children, okay? An older person, somebody that's older than the children. Creating it, like their vibe, their energy, what they are bringing forward, okay? So with this person, we have the fire and the air. Air is the thoughts and communications, and the fire is the actions behind something. So they're thinking on some things aggressively. And this means the actual fire and actual you're breathing. So you have this person here who's has the intensity or aggressiveness here. There's some history of aggression. There's some history of something here in the past, okay? Then somebody is communicating, thinking about certain things here. Okay. So here we have the thoughts communication here about this. So somebody could be talking about it, thinking about getting one, whatever. But it's coming from a loss, creating a loss. Here, I know I had something about. Okay. No, where is it? Here. Husband, boyfriend, or fiance, illegal activity, drug use, okay, and somebody being done with something, okay? So we got that here. This means ending, or you trying to, it's like one thing ends and you move forward, okay? So here you have this older person, the things that they are creating, the energy they're putting out is connected to some drugs and alcohol, okay? So somebody could be drinking, whatever. And here, this is somebody thinking or talking about a loss. Either they're creating a loss, having a loss, but there's a weapon being involved. And then this thing's trying to move forward, put things to an end, but it's aggressive energy, intense energy, but it's something connected to someone they have history or some history that they have, okay? Now, I don't know much about these children. Like I said, I do not research into these cases before I do it. I just know that they are missing. I know that I found out their age and where they're missing from. The information about what happened, I don't know. Okay. So here you have the betrayal coming from somebody that you have history with. You met up with somebody. When you meet with this person, they have this. Okay. And then this is the birth mother. This is the mother. This is her energy. Okay. So you have this. So you meeting up with somebody. When you reunite, that means that you already met this person. You already know this person. Y'all been dealing with each other before. Now you meeting them again. Okay. Here, this is the communication, thoughts and communication. When you meet up with this person, somebody is betraying somebody that they have some type of prior engagement with, prior history with. But see, it's intense energy here. So it's aggressive, intense energy. Somebody trying to put things to an end, move forward on the betrayal. But then here you have this female, which is a mother. She could, it doesn't necessarily mean she's pregnant. It just means that she's a mother, which is the same card here, where I have somebody having an illness, sickness, or disease, or an addiction, and they're a hidden enemy. Okay. So here we have, this is the government, okay? In any capacity that a government is, city, national, whatever, government. Thoughts and communication. Communicating, okay? Here you have a secluded area, cabin in the woods, a secluded area with an older person, okay? And this is a limitation. So somebody can't move past something, they're limited in some type of way, or they're at a point where they can't go further. So here is the intensity, or whatever it is, the intense feelings, aggressive energy, but is somebody at a limit or had their limit right here. So now I don't know if they had any dealings with the government before all of this, like they have a history or they had some type of dealings with court system or whatever. Okay, I don't know. So like I said, I didn't look into it. So, but it's like here you have them at their limit. So the government could be the authorities, they have some limitations, or they are or at their end because of the area. So this is like you have limitations on what you can do because of the area. It could be a secluded area. It's like it's a difficult situation you can't get through. Okay, could be like that. They're looking for them. They could be having difficulties looking for them or finding them because of the area. Also, this person here has them in a secluded area. Okay, the government. Okay, with this law, meeting up with somebody. Okay, so these people, whoever said, if they have prior involvement with the government, okay, about a loss. So it could, I don't know if they have history with that. I don't know. And once again, we have somebody betraying because of how they felt, their emotions, or they fed up with something, because I got that right here. Somebody is fed up with something. They reached their limit. We have the alcohols and the drugs here with this male, this husband, boyfriend, fiance. So you fed up with this person. Maybe they into some illegal activities, maybe because of your habits or their habits. But okay, but somebody is fed up with someone. Either this man is fed up with this person, or this person is fed up with this man because of some things that's going on. Okay. Be upside down. Mhm. So now we have somebody being assaulted. Okay. Putting some things to an end, trying to move forward. Somebody has been assaulted. They reached their limit. They've been betrayed, right? Now here, you have to be careful. Caution was needed because it can cause this assault. You had to be careful when you're bullying somebody, when you're causing somebody some type of harm, you're bullying somebody, trying to get them to do something, or you know what a bully is, or they could be whatever it is. But there's an assault, but you had to be careful because in that could be create a loss. And you're doing this because of this, could be about this, because you're on this or whatever, and it causes you to act that certain type of way. All right. And then here, somebody reached their limits with this, or at an end point, because we have the aggressive energy with this over here. So here is somebody that's in the family, taking somebody, okay? And then this female lacks discipline. That's who she is, okay? It's like you're not doing the things that you need to be doing. You lack discipline. You're not, stable, whatever the situation is. But you have a person in the family taking them, okay? But this person lacks discipline. Here. So whoever took them is a betrayal, but it's somebody that they know, basically. All right. And here they're being careful with the family. You see, they got to be careful with this family. Okay. Yeah. So soul return to sender. So this means that somebody is deceased, right? It's aggressive. We have the assault. We have the brutality. We have the kidnap. This is a virus, something that is contagious, something that is harmful to your health, right? Where is it? With this mother. This mother. This mother here. Sickness, illness, or disease, a hidden enemy. This is from somebody here. I got a headache. Oh, okay. Let me hurry up, finish. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Blunt object causing trauma to the body. You have to be careful. Cause the loss. Okay. We have all this. Okay. They're blessed. They're returned to the sender. They're blessed. Okay. It's known, somebody knows about somebody's history of drugs, alcohol, and their aggressive behavior. Somebody knows about this as well. So it's known. Okay. This, I keep getting this, and it's not this. It just means two of the same people, whether it's two women, two men. It can mean this sometimes, but a lot of time it just means two of the same people together, not in a sexual way. Okay. in the house. Okay. Something going on in this home. Now, who was these kids living with? Were they living with both of their parents? Were they living with the father? Were they living with the mother? I don't know. Or were they living with both of them? Because something happened in this house. And it's either two men or two women. So I don't know how the living situation was. Something was consumed here, right? Something was taken into the body. Oh, my head. Something was taken into the body. Let me pull some right here. Rebellious. So you're doing some things that you should not be doing here. Some activity that you should not be doing. Somebody is there with you doing this. Money, material things. So something going on. Something happened at that house. Okay, it wasn't one person who did it. It was at least two. I'm gonna let you put that together. Like I said, I don't know the situation, so I can't really say too much until I look and see what they said happened before these kids left. If the parents were living together or not living together, I don't know. But you can leave your comments in the comment section. Thank you for watching.